In April 2014, the quiet city of Pleasant Grove, Utah was shaken to its core. What began as a simple garage cleanout by an estranged husband turned into one of the most disturbing criminal discoveries in recent American history. The woman at the center of it all was Megan Huntsman. To neighbors, she seemed unremarkable, quiet, private, and perhaps a little withdrawn. But for nearly a decade, she carried a secret so dark that it would horrify the nation when it was finally revealed. The truth begins in 1996. Megan was married to Darren West, and the two lived together in Pleasant Grove. Their marriage was plagued by heavy methamphetamine use, financial troubles, and a deepening disconnection from the outside world. Despite the chaos in their lives, Megan became pregnant multiple times, at least 7 pregnancies between 1996 and 2006. Almost no one knew. Friends and family rarely saw her visibly pregnant. Sometimes she wore loose clothing. Other times, she avoided social contact entirely. Each pregnancy ended the same way, alone, in secret. Over the years, Megan later admitted she killed 6 of her newborns immediately after giving birth. She strangled or suffocated them within minutes of delivery. The 7th infant, she claimed, was stillborn. Each baby's body was then wrapped in cloth or plastic, sealed inside boxes and hidden in the garage. Darren West, the children's father, told investigators he had no idea Megan had been pregnant during those years. The couple's heavy drug use meant they were often living in a fog, barely aware of what was happening beyond their addictions. In 2006, Darren was sent to federal prison for meth-related charges. Megan stayed in the Pleasant Grove home. For the next 8 years, the boxes containing the infants remained in place, untouched and undiscovered. Then, in April 2014, Darren was released from prison. He returned to the house to gather his belongings. The garage was cluttered with years of storage, old boxes, furniture, and bags. While sorting through them, Darren opened a small box and made a chilling discovery. Inside was the body of a newborn, wrapped tightly in a plastic bag. Stunned and horrified, he called police immediately. Officers arrived and began a thorough search of the garage. One by one, they uncovered more boxes, each containing the remains of an infant. In total, they found 7 bodies. The discovery stunned the small community. How could such a thing have gone unnoticed for so long? Pleasant Grove was the kind of place where neighbors waved to each other and paid attention to the comings and goings on their street. But here, the unimaginable had been happening behind closed doors for 10 years. Megan was quickly taken into custody. When questioned, she confessed almost immediately. She told investigators that from 1996 to 2006, she had killed 6 of her newborns. The other infant, she maintained, had been stillborn. All of the children, DNA testing confirmed, were fathered by Darren West. When asked why, Megan said she was addicted to methamphetamine and felt she was too consumed by her addiction to care for more children. She admitted she never sought help, never told anyone, and never considered adoption or alternative care. The details of the case were grim, and the confession left little doubt about her guilt. In February 2015, Megan Huntsman pled guilty to 6 counts of first-degree felony murder. At her sentencing in April 2015, prosecutors described the murders as deliberate acts carried out in secret, one after the other, over a span of 10 years. The judge imposed the maximum sentence allowed under Utah law, 6 prison terms of 5 years to life. 3 of those sentences were to run consecutively, and 3 concurrently. This meant that Megan would serve at least 49 years before she could be considered for parole. Her first parole hearing was scheduled for April 2064, by which time she would be 89 years old. During the sentencing, Megan showed little emotion. She spoke softly, offering no lengthy explanation beyond her earlier statement about drug addiction. For the families of the victims, that silence was as haunting as the crimes themselves. The case left the community grappling with painful questions. How could so many pregnancies go unnoticed? Were there warning signs that were ignored? Could someone, anyone, have intervened and saved those children? To this day, the Megan Huntsman case stands as a chilling reminder of how private struggles can hide unimaginable horrors, and how addiction, secrecy, and isolation can combine to create tragedies that defy understanding. Megan Huntsman remains in the Utah State Prison, where she will likely spend the rest of her life. Her story is one of the darkest in Utah's history, a decade-long chain of hidden crimes, concealed in plain sight, that only came to light by chance.